It's the Sumo Show, the podcast that discusses everything that's going on in Japanese Grand Sumo. Whether you've been steeped in sumo lore since the Heisei era, like me, Stan, or you're a dedicated fan who wants to get deeper into what's happening on and off the dohyo, like our good friend Troy, or you're brand new to the world of sumo and just want to learn what it's all about, no matter how much you know about the sport, the Sumo Show has something for you. So let's throw some purifying salt into the ring, do a few big Shiko foot stomps, and see what's new on this week's episode of the Sumo Show. So konnichiwa, everyone. And Okairi, welcome back to my co-host Troy.
It's me, your co-host,
It
Troy.
is. It is I, the co-host who is called Troy.
I am Troy, the one of which you speak. Yes.
Yes. How are you doing, my friend? How you doing?
I'm doing all right. I'm a little shocked that it's Friday already. I'm really not. Yeah. I just
I have the same feeling. I could use a Wednesday point two.
Yeah. Call it a Tuesday or something.
Yeah.
Something in between.
But here we are. It's Friday. It's Friday evening. It is day 6 of the Haru Basho.
Yes, it is.
In fact, in Japan right now, it's day 7.
It is. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
They're in the middle of doing the lower divisions day 7 bouts.
Yeah. Hello. Howdy do to those folks watching from the /r/sumo.
Hi, folks.
Good to see you. And hey, while you're here, why don't you pull up a seat and give us the thumb. Yeah, the one that goes up. Right. Also, so one of the things I love about this, I guess it's a project, this podcast, this thing that we do is being
Costa
able to
Nostra, this thing we do.
Costa Nostra. I get to hang out with I would consider you, Stan, an advanced expert in sumo.
I will take that. I'll take that.
Yeah.
I certainly would not self-describe that way, but I'll take it.
See, and that's what you want. You want a humble sommelier, someone who brings the perfect pairing to the discussion. Yeah, exactly. Well, you get all that over on our Facebook group. Facebook.com/groups/the Sumo Show. And sign up, go over there and hang out. Daily updates, hourly updates, really. Whenever there's something good.
Don't even joke about that.
People are going to be like, where's my daily update? But yeah, no, Stan does a lot of great stuff there, and it's fun. And you get to meet some other folks, like my mother. My mother's a part of the group.
She hasn't. I haven't seen her. I believe that she's there, but
she's not one
posting.
Yeah, she's probably not one.
She's a lurker.
Yeah, she doesn't. I would hasten to guess she doesn't know what this is about. She just knows her son's doing something weird, so she wants to support it. Which good on her.
I'm a member of that sumo group. Really?
Yeah.
What do you do? Oh, I help them tighten their mawashis. You do, Mom? Oh, everyone could use a little hand.
I will tell you that she thinks you are just a very nice man.
Well, I will then refrain from making mawashi jokes about you.
No, believe me. It's nothing you could do would top her. Just the fact that she had 2 boys who were 3 years apart. One of them was me. Yeah, a lot. Yeah. So join our Facebook group. Hang out with my mom. I believe even one of my aunts. A couple of our good friends are there. But you know what? I haven't looked at the group count of late. Do you know where we're at? I think
I have no idea. I don't track such things.
I know because
which is why I'm so bad at managing my own career.
You are not one to engage in the tooting of your own horn. As someone who has had to toot your horn for you a couple times, this is not what you do, and I get it.
That's right. When I toot my horn, it comes out as a raspberry.
Yeah, or just something flatulent. But I'm looking, and our group last we checked.
We
we were at like
previously on the Sumo Show.
we had 111 people.
Yeah.
152 people.
Wow, that's significant growth.
It sure is, and only a handful are
Or robots?
Or
Or
bots.
Russian bots?
Or yeah, either Russian or Japanese
Right.
bots
yeah, no,
disguised as
double
pretty
name. Yeah,
beautiful
the
women.
double name folks.
Yes, Mary
Okay.
Mary, and yes.
Yoshi Yoshi and
Yes, and beautiful. Please give me money, lady, or whatever her name was. But yeah. So there you go.
There you go. All right. Well, enough about that. Let's talk about the sumo.
Sure.
So we're going into day 4 here. What we're going to be talking about.
Yes.
At the end of day 3, as we were discussing last time, things are just getting started as they are. Right. Our Yokozuna had lost on day 1, but then came back. Our Shin Yokozuna, our newly minted Yokozuna.
Yeah.
So the weird thing at the end of day 3 was there were only 6 undefeated wrestlers.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really quick. Usually by about day 3, we're looking to have 10 or 12, and that'll seem like a normal field, and it'll it starts to fall off pretty quickly. But usually there are a dozen or so guys who can win their first 3 matches.
Yeah.
Just 6 this time. And Ono Sato is there, but as I just hinted at, Hoshoryu isn't, and neither is Kotozakura. And neither of our Sekiwake, and only one of our Komusubi, Abi. So Ono Sato and Abi are the only representatives of the Sanyaku there who were undefeated coming into day 4. Together with them was Takayasu, who's Maegashira 5 this time around, Endo, who's Maegashira 9, Onokatsu, who's doing good finally, knock on plywood, at Maegashira 12, and Asakoryu down at Maegashira 16.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that's a good wide spread. It was such that on our Fantasy Oyakata game, the best score was a perfect 15-0.
Yeah.
Because there was one person in each of our little groups. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. All right, so let's go talk about day 4. So coming into day 4, I'm gonna pull up the app. Sorry, my brain froze on the word app. The official Sumo Association app, and this is their Todekumi. Todekumi is where you can look at each day's results, and these are the day 4 results. Day 4, a lot of super fast bouts.
Yes.
On the days 1 and 3, there were a lot of good long, mix it up bouts. Day 4 was just a lot of boom, boom, boom. It's over.
Yeah, real quick.
And not nothing really super exciting.
I thought Tobizaru's bout was pretty exciting.
So yes, I've got it marked down too.
Yeah.
Down there near the beginning, Aonishiki got his first win by beating Mitake. Aonishiki's the new Ukrainian wrestler.
That's right. Yeah. I did a little background on the history of Aonishiki and Aonishiki, and it was ow Nishiki. And it really interesting. Just the sumo work or the sumo. I mean, he certainly earned his way to this level of sumo.
Yeah, he's been in there mixing it up.
Yeah, absolutely.
The lower divisions. Yeah. So you come up to the top division, and tell you in our Fantasy Oyakata game, half the people picked him as their lower Maegashira choice. which
Yeah.
wasn't doing so well for him because he was 0-3.
Yeah.
But
Right.
here he gets his first win. He gets his win against Mitaka Umi, who and this I think that match I plucked it out there first because Aonishiki got his win, but second because it really to me showed exactly what I've been saying about Mitaka Umi. Right, Mitaka Umi came in strong at Tachiai, and Aonishiki did a good job to dig in at the end. And once Mitaka Umi's forward progress stopped, and Aonishiki started making him go the other way, the match was over.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
a lot of folks had something to say about that.
Yeah, Mitaka Umi, had a good career, but I don't think it's going to last much longer. And it's a shame to kind of weasel out the way you are.
Yeah, that's a bummer. It is a bummer. You want them to go out when they are at the
you want them to go out strong.
Exactly.
Or a slow kind of they're getting a little worse or they're aging. Something comes up and they can't do it. And you can see them kind of fighting to stay in there. But the last few tournaments, he has just been miserable, and it's just kind of sad.
Yeah, it is a bummer.
All right, so we're coming along there. Look along. Onokatsu won. We're looking at Shishi won. Hakuoho beat Shonan Naomi. That was Hakuoho beat him pretty strong, which I think something's wrong with Shonan Naomi. I don't know what, and unclear what. But he's once again just getting pushed around a little, which is bad. Endo wins again. Shodai beats Atami Fuji, and I'm so sad about that. So mad about that.
So mad about it. I screamed to the heavens. I was going to text you. I was trying. I was watching as I was doing work and stuff.
Right.
So I was like, I'm going to come back to that, and I'm going to send Stan a text like he's never seen.
Well, I'll tell you, I did also. Yeah. I was watching that match. I'm like, here we go. Yo, Tommy Fuji, what are you doing?
Yeah. There's something else. Okay. So listen, Stan. I am a gentleman. I am well composed, diplomatic, thoughtful in my speech and deeds.
Okay. If you say so.
What is Shishi doing at the beginning of his match?
I knew this was going to come up somewhere because he's getting some focus. This is not new for him. He does this. He has this. Kintamiyama in his videos likes to refer to it as the crab claws. He rocks back and forward and pinches his hands like they're crab claws in his match.
Yeah, and shakes his booty around
his butt way up in the air.
What is going on?
Well, each wrestler does have their own particular rhythm, and and there will in every era there are different people who have very eccentric.
Yeah,
English is my first language.
Sure, I mean, yeah. I will say that it sort of I didn't quite notice it before, but with him being more in the spotlight, he's doing a thing. It's certainly no like chest beating or
he's not throwing a huge handful of salt like there have been a number of people who've made that their thing, or
insect wiggle. Yeah. JG says Shishi's insect wiggle is disconcerting. It is unusual to see.
It's a really weird look.
It stands out amongst the all of
butt
it.
Way in the air, crab claw arms wiggling forward, back and forth. I think some of the Rikshi look at him. Even when they're like, "Come on, guy, let's just
like
fight."
Like, yeah,
come
what
on.
It is just so pronounced. It's not even like just a subtle thing. It's just a well, good. I'm glad that we were able to get.
Here's the thing. You very often see people with these weird eccentricities. As they become to be known for them, they start to ramp him up a little more until suddenly it becomes too much, and they've got to stop it, and then it's hard for them. That then throws them off because they can't do the thing they want to do. So I really would be happy if Shishi on his own kind of reeled that back a little.
Figured it out. Yeah. And yeah. And rather than the sting of being told to stop.
Yeah. And the other thing is either that
Yeah.
or they will get in a very bad, they'll get in a bad run and they feel they need to change something. And that'll be one of the things like, well, I'll change my pre-match ritual. And if you're doing something that extreme, it makes it much harder to stop doing that and start doing something else.
Yeah. Well, as pre-match rituals go, it's memorable for sure.
It's a thing.
It's
not
a thing. Yeah.
Is it Koto Shoho? I don't remember who used to do this cough that sounded like a seal bark until he got right before he got we go and the Sumo Association kind of gave him a note saying stop doing that. It's just not good.
Now, did they talk about when that happens? How do you know that happens? Do they say we sent them a note saying please stop your whale or seal bark?
Someone will leak it that it happened. No, I mean they won't publicly say. Then this is Japan. This is Sumo Association. They won't publicly say we told him to stop coughing like that. But it will get around that other wrestlers don't like it. I remember when that was happening. Hakuho had said something and been overheard saying something to him like, "You really don't. You got to knock that off." And it gets around that people aren't liking it, and then through channels they'll be told, knock it off, or something bad will happen to you. It's awfully nice sumo career you're having. It'd be a shame if something were to happen to it.
Now, JJ mentions he's got his own pre-bout ritual. I picture it almost like I'm cocking a shotgun, load the core, pull the hammer back, and then I go. I just don't wiggle. Yeah, that's something. That's something. I'm trying to find some video of it because it's
it's distinct.
It's very notable.
All right, well, let's keep going here. We got
Okay,
Uda got a win in. Kim Bozan lost again. And then we get up to the one you want to talk about, the Tobizadu and Takayasu. Oh,
yes.
Come on, stop it. There we go. All right.
It was something else.
It was, Tobizadu. It's a big slap fest. A lot of hitting, and Takayasu was landing a lot of good blows, and Tobizadu was just kind of dancing out of reach and keeping from getting smacked around until Takayasu just ran out of gas.
Right. Yeah. And then he was able. And then he just basically kind of tripped him out of the ring.
Well, and then Tobizadu went in and hit him and went for the belt, and which is not a big thing for Tobizadu usually, but he got in close and muscled him up and out because Takayasu just needed a nap.
Yeah, he was wiped out for sure. Could not handle the flying monkey.
You can't handle the flying monkey.
You can't handle the monkey.
You may touch my monkey. Abi loses. Kirishima looked pretty strong in his match against Daisho on day 4, which is a shame because that's the last he looked good this week. Not to give spoilers for the next 2 days we're going to be talking about right now, but Kirishima came out strong and he's got to get that mojo back.
Yeah, he does.
Onosato
did we talk
lost to Wakamoto Haru?
Yeah. That was surprising. I was not expecting that.
Yes, and it ended with Onosato having that look on his face like, oh, why did I do that?
Yeah.
But, he's a young guy. He's going to be doing it. He's got to learn his lessons.
I'll tell you, we've often talked about Hoshoryu's end of match face. And he's really given some face these days. These 3 days.
You know what? He's not stoic.
No, his heart is on his sleeve, and a couple times you're like, if you would imagine, I could Photoshop lasers, like he's just looking out on the crowd. A couple times you're thinking he's looking at someone and saying, "I wish you would die right now."
Yeah.
The intensity was something else, and it really did seem like he was. I mean, and not this particular. We'll talk about the next one, but no, his end of match glares have just been like, I felt like he was glaring at me.
I'm glad he's not looking at me like that.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
And what on the day 3 when he won by sticking his butt out, his kind of look on his face like, whoa, I don't know about that one.
That's right, exactly. I guess okay. I guess I won. At this point, though, we're glad he wins, and putting myself into the headspace of day 4.
So day 4 ends. Let's say we started with only 6 undefeated. We end with only 2 undefeated.
I know, yeah.
It's down to Endo and Onokatsu, and 13 people tied with 1 loss. So there you see those are the numbers that you would expect to be in that mix, right? You'd figure at this point there'd be 6 or ish undefeated, and then another 5 to 10 with 1 loss. So you still got 15 total in the mix, but it's only 2 of them are undefeated.
Yeah, I know. It's that's a weird one. Do we know statistically how that stacks against other?
No. That's not. I mean, it's not the kind of thing that is usually tracked. You kind of get a feel for it, and it's just like you're like, well, this is strange. It's not usually like this, but I'm sure, given the number of people, given the amount of raw data, numerical data that can be dragged up on Sumo, and given the number of people out there who are sports fans and love to sort raw data, I bet there's someone who has done those calculations. It's not.
Yeah, I'm sure there are.
It's not a typically track.
Especially these days, people are taking the numbers and they're putting them all over the place. You know what I mean? Yeah. But so if you happen to know, friend, listening, anyone, anyone listening is a friend, let us know. And you can do that by, posting to this thread out here on the YouTubes or hanging out
Facebook
in the Facebook
you were talking about earlier.
Mm-hmm. It's a perfect place for it.
Good thinking. All right, so let's go to day 5. I'm gonna jump on over to day 5, and like I say, we got 2 undefeated Rikshi, Endo and Onokatsu, and 13 one-loss Rikshi, and Mitakumi gets a win down there at the bottom.
Yeah,
you had Kaio visiting from Juryo.
I was gonna say who. It was that, but yeah, they're coming up.
Yeah, we're down 1 because Nishiki Fuji is Kyujo, so we're getting 1 visitor from Juryo each day, and usually it's in one of those first 2 or 3 matches at the bottom. Let's see what else we got going on here. Asakodyu has another loss. Aonishiki loses to Ryuden. I thought Aonishiki had that one. I don't know if you paid any particular attention to that one.
I did, and I think it was this one that made me take a deeper look at him, just in general, just to kind of see, what he was all about. Because I think I thought he did really well, and it felt.
Yeah, I thought, and just given Ryuden's habit of looking strong and then just giving up.
Yeah,
I thought Aonishiki was going to win that one, and Ryuden hung tough.
Yeah. Yep. No doubt.
And then Shishi got a win in against Onokatsu. Damn him. That was good. Shishi really kind of showed. So we talk about Shishi sometimes at his big benefit. He's so huge and strong, right? He's another one of those Rikshi that we sometimes see that we talked about it last time, right? He came up dominating because just of his physical gifts. And his sumo's pretty good, but as we were just talking about, pretty strange. he's, he's, he's a huge guy who bends over and sticks his butt in the air and does the crab claws.
Yeah, that's right.
But
That's right.
in this fight against Onokatsu, who's also a very big guy, you could see Shishi's real raw power, and he fought that to a good, not really standstill, but they both got in with belt grips, and Shishi used his superior power.
He's a big boy.
Also showing a lot of power was Hakuoho, who just clobbered Endo. So those were our two leaders, right? Onokatsu loses to Shishi, and Hakuoho beats the heck out of Endo. So already we know no more undefeated after day 5. The question is, how many of the 13-1 loss Rikshi could manage to get wins and keep it going? And we'll talk about that in a minute.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Is what my
what else do we have going on here? I'm looking for interesting matches. Tommy Fushi got that win. It wasn't that exciting, but it was, good to see him get back into winning way. Waka Takakage finally gets a win.
Yeah, absolutely. I was excited to see that.
He just came up fast on that Tachi and bull rushed Kirishima. Kirishima didn't seem like he was at all ready.
No. Yeah,
not like a maka,
his plans were interrupted.
Right? It's not, when I say that, it sounds like maybe he Waka Takakage left too early, and he didn't. It's just that Kirishima.
He just didn't look. Yeah, he was. He was just not. He was not in the same on the same timing.
No, I mean we see that with him sometimes, where he's he comes in with his plan is to. It seems like his plan is, I'll take whatever he throws at me, I'll defend it, and then I'll find a way to beat him. And in this case, that was a very poor choice. If that's not what he was really trying to do, it certainly is what happened to him.
Yeah.
Kotozakura loses again to Takanosho.
And
my note on this is that, well, I mean, it was a pretty evenly matched bout for the first bit, but Kotozakura went to try and really kind of get under Takanosho's armpit and lift him up, and missed entirely, and wound up getting himself way off balance and out of position, and Takanosho took advantage of it.
And I'll say too that they're I'm wrapping my mind around the pre-match showdown. The kind of I'm ready to go. No, I'm not. I'm going to stand up, and I'm okay. No, I'm not. I'm going to no, I'm not. And that one seemed particularly pointed. But I can't tell you why. Hopefully someday I'll be able to correct the code on that.
Well, I think it's a good sign that you're beginning to have feelings about it.
I am indeed.
But I think that Kotozakura, clearly his knee is bothering him. You can tell in the way that he's moving.
Yeah.
But he also just seems hesitant. Like, I think that's what got him. Why that attack missed. Why that he lost this match was he really wasn't sure what he wanted to do. He wasn't going in with conviction to try and do a thing. He was maybe, okay, I'll try that. And he seems a little uncertain.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And I don't know if that's nervousness because he's Kadoban, or hesitancy because of the knee problem. He's thinking about his knee rather than being focused on the match overall. I don't know why it is, but I very much get the feeling that he's fighting hesitantly.
Yeah.
Then what else we got? We've got Onosato beat Tobizaru, and Tobizaru put up a good fight.
Did. This was a good one. I really appreciated it. Of course, I might, full disclosure, I might not be watching these in order at times.
All right.
Just, because I'm
Yeah.
a fan, but I thought it was good. I thought it was really
Yeah,
good.
Tobizaru. I think it was a good match all around. Right, Tobizaru did a little defensive bit, tried to make some monkey moves, and Onosato didn't let him.
It's like,
Yeah.
not today. Not today, Monkey Man. Yeah.
And then we get to Hoshoryu's second loss.
I know, boy. This one, talk about when I say the look on that man's face, and to find out as well that this is Chiyoshoma's hometown. Is that right? Where they're at? Is that am I making this up?
Chiyoshima is. I don't think it's.
Or am I thinking of
Chiyoshima
D6?
is Mongolian.
I might be confusing things with, and then my notes are unclear.
Unclear. Ask again later.
Unclear. No.
Let me see. Chiyoshima is Mongolian.
Huh.
But when they come to Japan, they have a Japanese hometown. He might have gone to school in Osaka, and they may consider him a local. But
This loss, Hoshoryu's loss at this point in time, does nothing to quell the he wasn't ready.
Well,
yet.
so
Yeah.
it's weird, right? Because it was a Henka, or it was a half Henka, right? He came in and just made Chiyoshima came in, hit on the left side, and then jumped to the left.
Him,
and Hoshoryu bit full on and fell for it.
Yeah, he did, and was just out of balance for the remainder of his time in the ring.
So first of all, this is the first Kimboshi, the first gold star that Hoshoryu's given up, because his other loss was to Abi, who was Komusubi. So there's no gold star involved.
I will tell you, the end of this match, when first Hoshoryu's face when he got up from the being spun out was just like, I'm gonna say this, and maybe I'm just reading things or just thinking of what I would do, but he looked like he was about ready to cry. Like it did not. It was very a bummer, and then just the looks that were exchanged. And then when Shishoma got that big fat stack of envelopes, Hoshoryu looked at him like, why yada. Yeah, I wasn't sure what Chiyoshoma's face was doing. It looked more like he was saying, kind of almost like, yeah, sorry,
I really didn't expect it to work that well. I thought you were better than that. Oh,
right, yeah, and he is definitely like. There's one side of the stadium that's clapping like mad for Chiyoshima, and then the other side's like, "Good job, buddy," for Shoryu, and it's it's something else. But anyway.
Yeah. I mean, so on the one hand, hard to fault Hoshoryu too badly for that. That's the kind of move that catches a lot of people. I suppose if you're a Yokozuna, you're supposed to be
able to do it. Yeah,
better able to handle that. But even so, a really well done Henka will get anyone.
Yeah. Well, here's what JJ Doomfache says. Don't want to be hanked? Don't let yourself get hanked, especially not from Chiyoshima, who is
well, that is a really good point. Is that Chiyoshima is known for doing those kinds of things. So
yeah,
yes,
just the perfect storm of not the match you wanted to lose, not the way you want to lose it. Just a bummer. Yeah.
So and as you said, it really does not do anything for those of us who have expressed worries about Hoshoryu. It plays into exactly the weakness we were talking about.
That's right. Yeah.
But
expressly, but yeah.
But he's this is day 5, so he's still in about the same position he was last tournament, which he won.
Right.
So
That's right.
it's not like we're counting him out on anything or saying, well, this is out the window now. But, you wanted him to come in, and he certainly wanted, as a new Yokozuna, as a Shin Yokozuna, to come in and
Clean sweep
announce his presence with authority.
Yeah, that's
And
right.
really, like, he's performing like he usually does, which is really well, but losing some matches he shouldn't.
Yeah. Exactly. So it does feed into the general narrative of Yeah.
All right. So I mentioned that we started day 5 with 2 undefeated and 13 one-loss Rikishi.
Mm-hmm.
We end the day with 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 4-1 Rikishi. And 2 of them were our previous undefeateds. So that means that of the 13 one-loss Rikishi, 8 of them lost on day 5.
That's
So we go our leaders heading into day 6 with 4-1 records. So we have no undefeated Rikishi left, and we're still on day 6. We're still in week 1. We're not
now,
even up to the middle weekend.
JJ in chat says Hoshoryu's cooked. Never going to win a yusho again.
There's a good argument to be made for that. That would be a fun discussion to have.
Really? When should you have that?
Not right now.
No, but maybe coming up
However,
soon.
again, this is a good time. I am supposed to be, and I don't say it like it won't happen. It just we are working out the details for me to be on the show on their show, the Sunday morning Sumo Show.
That's right.
On Saturday night our time for day 8.
Exciting.
For me to be a guest commentator.
Thank you, JJ, for sending out the invite, and looking forward to hearing the show.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to figuring out what I'm going to say, but it should be fun. Should be fun.
Indeed. You can, it'll be a blast. We do like JJ, and their show's great, and our show's middling. So we're gonna go in there and show the shit out of that show.
I'm gonna hank at JJ like he's never been hanked before. So our leaders going into day 6 with 1 loss are Ozeki Onosato, Maegashira 4 Takayasu, Maegashira 9 Hakuoho, Maegashira 9 Endo, Maegashira 12 Onokatsu, Maegashira 13 Shishi, and Maegashira 14 Churanomi.
Good on Shishi.
Yeah, this little butt wiggle has him with a slice of the lead going into day 6.
Shaking that magic.
Wiggle that butt. Wiggle that butt.
And that
wiggle
fighting
that Ukrainian butt. All right, so we're going to come over to day 6 on the list here. And I was looking here. The Ryuden Shirokuma match was a really good fight.
Oh, I don't know if did I say? I must have. Yeah, hold on. No, I have no notes on that.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was just a really good match between 2 evenly matched guys. If I had a bout of the day, if I was still picking bouts of the day and all that, that would be on the short list. I don't know. There's a bunch of things that happened today, so I don't know that it would have won, but that would have been on the short list. It was a really entertaining match. So you go back and have a look at that if you don't.
I'm going to do that, but I will say that the Ukrainian match.
Yeah, following that, we got the first time the 2 Ukrainians fight each other.
That really, I thought that was a good one.
I would say that was another one that would have been on my short list. That was a good one. And it's a historic one. First time 2 Ukrainian Rikishi have fought in the top division.
Yeah, it just looked like good sumo to me.
Yep, and Aonishiki won it.
Yeah, he did.
So that's going to knock Shishi out of that 1-loss group.
Now the thing to note is, does his butt wiggle get bigger or smaller as he loses or
He
wins?
loses. Every time he wins, his butt wiggles a little higher.
We'll see, we'll have to figure that out. We'll have to see if Fred Pink's taking any numbers on that.
We should try and find a way for Fred Pink to put that in on his graph.
I think so. Yeah, just so we can track it.
When he does one of those scatter graphs, there could be the butt wiggle, like butt
Yes,
higher in the air.
I like it. Also, Shodai, what are you doing? I don't even know what to say. I mean, good on on one of our new contestants in the Fantasy Oyakata who picked Shodai.
I mean, yes, except that he's only making him 3-3. He's not having a good. But,
no, he's
but
not.
yeah, no, you're just mad at him for beating Ura.
I am real mad about that. Honestly, I'm very mad about that.
And Meisei pulled another big old Hanka on Haku Oho.
Yeah.
So I gave a big boo to my screen as I was watching that.
I did too.
I don't know. Now that you're watching with sound, you can, because for so long we were watching on the show with that, and we were streaming it. You didn't get to hear anything. Now you get to hear the crowd's reaction.
It's I will tell you, it's intoxicating. It's overwhelming almost, because it lends such an intense sort of a layer of consideration. But yeah,
Right.
no, when people did not appreciate that.
No, you can hear that in the. It's a really impactful silence, kind of murmur.
Oh yeah.
Instead of a cheer at the end of the match, you hear.
Yeah. Kind of sounds like a room full of like scolding teachers or something. Like very, very unimpressed with that move.
Yeah. So screw you, Meisei.
Well, also that's a lot to bear. It feels like, especially in Japanese culture, it just feels like, if you're making that decision, even though you can, and and remember, I used to be very flip about it. I used to be like, come on, we'll make a rule if it's bad,
Right.
Otherwise hank away. But just in seeing how much it hurts your heart, Stan. No, just in seeing how much culturally people do not care for it. It's interesting to kind of take that in, and I become a little more I'll say observant of that. It's a kind of dirty trick.
Yeah, I mean, let's say listening to the crowd reaction really helps you to understand more.
Yeah, everything, just more of it. I will say that I miss like watching it and being able to watch it, with you, to especially if it was
right.
Like, there are things that happen in the crowd, and I'm like, I'm missing an element of why that just happened, or what they were doing. But
so we like to crowd watch while we're watching.
Yes, yeah.
Do you have any standouts?
No, I will say that I find myself at this arc of my journey, a little less paying attention to the crowd, especially because I've got limited time, and so I'm trying to pack it all in, and the Gyoji. And so I'm missing, and perhaps that's the way it's meant to be as you develop your sumo senses. But I do.
I think as your sumo senses sharpen, you'll be able to start bringing in back more of that on top of it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it is. Yeah, exactly. The more I think, the less I have to think about what's happening in the ring, the more brain I will be able to devote to what's happening outside of it, because it's wild out there.
Yeah. So I haven't seen a lot of super interesting people, but there's one guy who's been there every day that we can see on screen a lot, and he's in a white linen suit with a white fedora.
Oh, I've seen him. Yes, I did see him. Black shirt, black dress shirt on. Yes, real close. Like
he's he's not in the very front row, but he's in the second row.
Yes,
right there.
Yeah. Now that I thought he had a partner with him or somebody, but I wasn't sure. First I thought like they were, gangsters or something.
Sure could.
There's white fedora, black fedora, kind of like, but I wasn't sure if he was sitting with them, and then the match started. I had to.
Yeah. but
Yeah.
he's there every day, and he's always wearing that white suit.
And it's he's not very expressive as far as I've seen.
Yeah. I mean, I don't particularly take that didn't impress me one way or the other.
Yeah. I just
Um,
it helps me to understand what he's doing.
He
You know, like
certainly isn't. There are some people we watch that we see who get very excited. That's why
yes,
they're so much
yeah,
fun to see. He's not very excited. In fact, you're right. If he wasn't wearing the white suit, I probably wouldn't notice him at all. But he does. He sits there every day in his white suit. I mean, it's so to the point that it feels like a costume. As you
yeah,
say, if you say bring the gangsters up, it feels like he could be a character of a Marvel villain or something.
yes, yeah, exactly. That's it.
He is the sumo watcher.
AJ, a perfect temperature man. The guy who's got a sweater, a head fan, and some, yeah, you see a lot of that. You see, you know what you don't see enough of, by the way,
What?
thrown cushions.
You see enough. You
I
know why
know.
you don't want to see that?
I
Because
want to.
you don't because you know
You-
when you're going to see that
When bad things have happened.
when someone has beaten Hoshoryu.
Yeah,
That's when you'll see that.
yeah. No, I didn't. I missed it. I should go back and look. I didn't see any.
They don't. Well, let's say they've encouraged people pretty strongly not to do it, and at several of the venues, maybe in Osaka is one of them. They tie down the zabuton, the cushions, so you can't throw them.
Oh,
They,
that's funny.
so that may be the case.
Yeah. They batten down the hatches.
Right. But you know, I don't think anyone would have been throwing zabuton for a Henko win either. So,
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
um, yeah. And I guess the last note I have is that I thought that Kotozakura really dodged a bullet today. Also against Chiyoshima, who did not do a Henka, but really fought him to a standstill that he never
Yeah.
when Sakura's fighting well would never happen.
Well, yeah. So I do want to talk about the Hoshoryu win over Tobizaru. Now, I've long maintained that there is a rivalry there. That there's something that Hoshoryu finds Tobizaru irritating or something.
Well, yes, and I think that when we've talked about it in the past, I think that what I've said is I agree with you. I think he does find him a little annoying. That they're both technicians,
Yeah.
but I think it's kind of like Hoshoryu is the honorable technician, and
Tobizaru is the wild
is
man.
and I think that if this is the case, there is this feeling, I think it's a lot about look, why are you wasting all their talent doing that stupid shit?
Yeah. Well, he's also had Tobizaru's had a lot of success against Hoshoryu. And
Probably another part of it too.
Those are the moments where you really see Hoshoryu's face. But this, yeah.
Just a Henka and a monkey. Oh,
yeah. But he did his thing against Tobizaru, which is a bummer. But also it is interesting as I start to get favorites. Tobizaru has been a long time favorite because and he and Ura are funny and that whole thing. But this one I really wanted Hoshoryu to win. I just I needed him to win just because.
Well, he's on your team and Tobizaru isn't.
There's that part.
I wind up. I hate it when two of my guys are fighting each other.
Yeah.
Oh, I know I'm getting a win, but I also know I'm getting a loss.
Yeah. But Tobizaru loses well.
Yeah. Yes. No. Like Ura, he's one of the guys we bring up a lot. Even when they lose, got a smile on his face and gets up there and bows and comes back tomorrow to do it again.
Yeah, I bet this is true. JJ says, I think everyone just finds Tobizaru annoying. I'm sure of it. He's a man after my own heart. The effery around him is
right.
Yeah. But anyway. Yeah. I will also say that Hoshoryu came into this bout with some heavy duty swag. Like he just had a swagger and just a
Yeah.
look on his face, and the whole thing was yeah.
Yep. So at the end there, we're now through day 6. We're going into the middle weekend, and we've got our leaders have 5 wins and 1 loss, and they are Ozeki Onosato, Magashira 4 Takayasu, Magashira 12 Onokatsu, and Magashira 14 Chura Naomi.
No Hoshoryu. Yeah.
No Hoshoryu.
Yeah.
Hoshoryu's down with 2 losses.
4 and 2. 2 and 4. Yeah.
So yeah. In fact, if I come over here to my app and I hit this button and hit this button, we will pull up a thing which will show us everyone's scores here. So
Yeah.
Hoshoryu 4 and 2, Onosato's 5 and 1, Kotozakura 3 and 3. And he's Kadoban. We haven't been talking about it a lot, but he's got to get 8 wins or he's gonna lose his Ozeki-hood. Daisho 3 and 3. Oho's not having a good. He finally got up to Sekiwake. Struggled, and he's not having a good tournament.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like he's going to be staying there that long. Kirishima. He lost. His last couple of losses have just not been good. It's not. He lost today for another. I thought another one of those ones where he was just overexcited. He decided he was going to drive forward no matter what, and it's just a bad call.
Yeah.
Our Waka brothers, Waka Takakage and Wakamoto Haru, 2 and 4 and 4 and 2.
That's the opposite of
Yeah.
the way they're supposed to work for me.
Yeah, me too. A lot of us chose Waka Takakage on our dance cards.
Yeah.
Gonoyama's having a bad tournament again.
Yeah.
1 and 5. He also seems he's a big pusher thruster, big hit, big drive forward, big pusher thruster, but he just seems to be rushing forward.
Yeah.
And people are beating him by that. They engage with him as little as possible and then get out of his way.
Yeah, and Tobizaru not really doing it.
No.
Yeah.
Ichi Yamamoto, JJ's favorite guy, 3 and 3. Ura 3 and 3. Kimbozan 3 and 3. So we got a lot of
Shodai 3 and 3.
Yeah. Shodai 3 and 3. Shodai. Takeru Fuji there at 4 and 2. Scroll down a little. We got a lot. So remember we were talking for the fantasy game about picks and how tough that middle section was. Like who's going to do well? Anyone could, but it's so hard to tell. There's just a whole lot of meh there.
Yeah. It's still that same situation. It's still really difficult to see who's gonna.
The best score in this rank is 4 and 2. No one's 5 and 1 in this section.
Isn't that something?
4 or 5 people that are 4 and 2.
Yeah.
And we scroll down. Onokatsu's 5 and 1. Shishi's 4 and 2. Aonishiki's 3 and 3. So looking
nobody
good.
In the, okay. Sorry. I'm looking at I was like, wait, nobody in them at that level, but no, I see it. Shiranaumi is
Shonan Naomi's 1 and 5.
Yeah, Shonan also sad guy. Sad Naomi, not doing the best.
Wah, wah.
Yeah, Shonan Naomi not super good. Yeah, that's the seeing the bottom of the ranking here is it's rough.
Yeah, well, the bottom though, this always these are the guys who are just come up from Jurio or been injured and dropped down and are trying to avoid.
About Shonan Naomi, Tobizaru Gonoyama. Yeah, Sad Naomi. I mean,
middle, right?
Yeah.
No, the middle. We came in saying, who is it that's going to perform great? And the answer is so far, no one.
Yeah, right. No, yeah, and I'm really hoping that let me see, where's my boy at here? Yeah, Atamafuji
Who?
is not. I'm just looking at Atamafuji is not doing the best.
Who you three?
Yeah. He's really show dying it up. Yeah,
Oh,
it's
Shodai.
interesting. It's interesting, but I will say today, I on the day 6, it felt like good sumo. Watching, the bouts and watching.
Yeah, today was a good day, and we're gonna have some interesting matchups. They always get marquee matches, put big names against each other during the
Yeah,
middle weekend. So there
yeah.
should be some interesting stuff happening here on days 7 and 8. And I look forward to it. I look forward to going for day 8. Going for oh, never mind. Day 8.
JJ says on track for a 7-7 going
7-7
into
coming to
day
Stan's
50.
house on Sensuraku.
Yes.
Yes, but in the meanwhile, the word I was thinking of and couldn't come up with was Nakabi, the middle day 8. That's the day I'll be over on the Sunday Sumo Show. So that
Nice.
should be fun.
Yeah, we should do a little promo for that. Do a little art.
Stan goes to Sunday Sumo School.
Yes, exactly.
Sumo Sunday School. I don't know.
Stan and JJ in the match to end all matches.
Who will henka first?
I'm imagining just this you two hankaing each other, like
Jumping
basically
to the side,
just
and then
dancing back
jumping to
and
the
forth,
other side, and then jumping to the other side.
and then tuckered and calling it a day.
That's right. And that's what it's all about.
That's right. Yes. Match won by Hokey Pokey.
Do.
I like it.
All right.
Okay.
So maybe you want to do a little.
Yes, might as well get it out of the way.
You seem so excited.
I'm just, I don't know. I'm just, I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't
All right,
know.
so I'm gonna switch what I'm showing on the screen, and I'm gonna.
Hey,
first,
turn that off for just 1 sec. Can you turn that off? Is that easy to do?
What?
I want to. I realize we don't
Oh.
get to see the fantasy Wrestle
Yeah,
Daddy.
I can stop sharing.
That's kind of a pain in the butt. Well, there you are.
How did that happen? It
There you
disappeared
are.
entirely.
Why is it doing that? There we go. Sort of smaller and yeah. Look at that.
It's showing your media sources.
Oh, it's not showing that.
And it's all fuzzy. I think in the end, none of it.
None of it. Hang on. Where is it? Where does it live? No, never mind.
Oh well.
This is
Fantasy
bad.
Wrestle Daddy.
This is bad. Fantasy Wrestle Daddy. Why is it doing this? Show.
Add me.
And yeah, we can go back to sharing it.
All right. So let's share here. This is the list of how things stood when we finished on day 3. This is what we looked at the end of the last show.
Yeah.
Right. I best possible was 15. Henry and Q and Okino Gaijin had 10 was our best score.
Yeah.
And then a bunch of people had 9. And a bunch of people had 8.
Oh, wait a minute. There's a typo here. That's Oboyo Dojo.
All right. Well, I can fix that.
Yeah, I think I deserve
Dojo? No, it's Dohyo, isn't it?
Well, yeah, you pronounce it Dohyo, but it's not like Yo-hyo.
It's with an H. Dohyo. Dohyo. All right, I'll fix it.
I'm kidding. I'm maybe I put it in there as yo. Who knows?
I think you probably did because that's where I got it from.
I was just
but
trying
I'll
to
still fix it if you want.
I was just trying to get another point or two, maybe. Seeing if
no, you will. You won't get points for that.
Well,
all right. So that's where things stood last time. This time,
yeah,
it's all blank. How did that happen?
What have we done?
All right, I need to open that. Oh, did I just? No, I did. All right. How did that happen? All right. Well, I made myself a little graphic that would help me remember things, but it's not here, so I'll just have to fake it. All
Okay.
right. So down here at our very first entry is.
Who is it?
It's not you.
It's Barry.
Barry.
One of the
15
berries.
points. Yeah.
Yeah.
15 points. Hoshoryu and Kirishima and Wakataka Kage and Shodai and Aonishiki. A lot of 3 and 3s is what he got. And Wakataka Kage, of course, is cursing us all.
Right. Yeah. And things could change. Yeah. Right. I mean, like it's still.
Yeah. They could. Things could change. We've got more than half the tournament to go, right? As I often say, the 2 best ways to view the tournament are in thirds. So how are things looking after day 5?
Yeah.
At the end of week 1 after day 8, how are things looking there? And then at day 10. And
all those different moments to take the temperature of the room.
Those are the times, yes. I'm still trying to. No. Yeah, I'm trying to get a thing. If I can get this thing to open, it'll be so helpful to me.
Yeah.
And you'll never see it. It's not. It's only helpful to me. All right, there we go. Good. Okay.
Magic behind the backstage.
Right. Yeah. I just need to adjust my screen a little here, and wow, that's not helpful, really. I'm less helpful than I thought I was. All right, here we go. So then, 15 points. 15 points. Up to 14. We had a bunch of people with 15 points. These are the people that had 15 points.
Look at that.
15 points all around. Barry and Physique. And
Physique.
Oh Boyo Doyo.
Damn it.
Sorry.
Who did it to me? Yeah, I know.
Turtle, Kaijuda, and JJ there at
Listen,
Shihobi Bagan.
A fine group of people. This would be a party.
Yep. So let's see what's going on there. Who did it to you? Well, you have Daisho.
Yeah.
Not doing so good for you. Wakataka Kage. Not doing so good for you. Atami Fuji. Not doing so good for you. Midori Fuji. Not doing so good for you.
Yeah.
3 and 3, 3 and 3, 3 and 3, 2 and 4. The only person that's doing well for you is Hoshoryu.
Right.
But, I mean, these are names. I think that Daisho and Wakataka Kage, very good chance of turning it around and putting in much better numbers.
And it's going to, I'm going to get something out of, some points out of Onosanto. Right? Because I picked him as my number 2.
You picked him if he finishes second. If Hoshoryu wins and Onosato finishes second, you'll get points out of that.
Yeah. I think that's what's going to happen.
All right. So then I look over here at my cheat sheet. We go from 13 up till 8. 13 up till 8.
Shiohi Bagan.
Shiohi Bagan.
Shiohi Bagan. Nice.
Yes, up through 8. And these are the people who have 16 points.
Nice.
16 points. We've got Ace Shoryu, and Kakaryu, and Marvelous is there at 16 points.
Nice.
And Kakaeda Uchu, and Pika no Fuji. and Salty Path.
Salty Path from Salty Throw. I like that.
Yeah.
Are we saying it right, JJ? I think that we were, aren't we? Shiohi Bagan.
Shiohi Bagan.
Yeah, right? Anyway.
Shio, I think, without seeing the kanji, you can't be really sure. Shio is probably white. I think this is a white something. Oh, is this, you were saying this is a Yeti? Something about a Yeti?
Yeah, Japanese Bigfoot.
Japanese big bird.
Shio,
Yeah,
salty
white
Shibago.
Shio Ibago. Yeah, Bagan
I like
monster.
that.
Yeah, Shiohi white color Bagan, white color monster is what that literally probably translates.
Doing those financial crimes, embezzling and such.
So we'll look here. We got a Gonoyama's dragging someone down. A Kin Bozon's dragging a couple people down. Oh, wait a second. That Kin Bozon there was Salty did much better than that. I didn't look at that. Why are they there? I didn't update Gonoyama and Kin Bozon?
Uh-oh.
This is weird. Oh, this is weird. I
That
did
means
update these, but
I wonder
it didn't all get done. Somehow
it
it
reverted.
got saved wrong. Oh no. All right, well, this is going to change our results a lot.
Yeah.
All right, let me see. I got to update these.
Yeah. Well, this means everyone to look at
Kim
how-
Bozon was 3 and 3, right? Let me just double check.
Yes, yeah. I'm looking at it right now. Kim Bozon.
Kim Bozon's 3 and 3. So that needs to be 3 and 3. This Kim Bozon needs to be 3, not 33. 3 and 3. Gonoyama is 1 and 5. I know.
Yeah.
It doesn't really help Pika no Fuji out at all. But here, Kim Bozon is also 3. Somehow the Kim Bozons didn't get updated. All right, so that means if we come back here that Salty is going to be up at 18, and both JJ and Kaijuda are going to be at 17. They
well,
bump up out of there.
That's a fine how do you don't.
Yeah. You know what I can do? This is going to be so mysterious. This is going to be so mysterious. I'm going to come up here and I'm going to do my data sorting. This is the magic of live radio. I'm going to do a column F, Z to A, column C, Z to A, and column D, A to Z. And now we see the Salty Path just jumped up into the middle.
Holy smokes.
JJ and Kaijuda are now the start of our 17 grouping.
There can only be one Troy. And it looks like it's going to be you.
So this is a little odd. Now no longer 100% sure what's going to happen here. Because my cheat sheet is now no longer valid.
Who could it be?
All right, so here we go. 17s. These are the rest of the 17s.
Yeah.
Masutarira and Rishikiri. Baseball Berry and Salty Path. And Baseball Berry at 17. At 18, we have Salty Path, who I apologize for not getting that right to begin with, and Q, who, if you remember, was one of our co-leaders.
That's right. What has happened?
He's dropped down. So that means we have 2 people left. Who are they? Who's left? Who are these mysterious people? And it is
Koke no Oka.
me and Koke no Oka, both at 19.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, and I remember Q and I were exactly the same except for our middle. I had Takeru Fuji and he had a Tommy Fuji, and that's why he dropped down. But Koke has Hoshoryu, so he jumped up. But
very interesting.
Yeah. We got here Onosato and Hoshoryu, Daisho and Oho as our match.
I am not super stoked at where I'm at right now.
Takayasu and Wakataka Kage. I think I'm going to do better in that in the long run. Both on Takeda Fuji, Onokatsu and Meisei. I think I'm going to do better than that. I have a good feeling if I got to go head to head with Koke no Oka.
That you got it.
I think I've got the edge. Although Hoshoryu probably will continue. I know Onosato is above Hoshoryu right now.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Right now, looking good. We'll see. But this is how things stand. coming into the middle weekend in our competition. 23 is the best possible. 19 is the best we've got.
Yeah, that's not bad though. That's not bad. 15, not super impressive. But hey, a lot can happen, and also, what I do love about this era of sumo is that we have lowered the bar quite substantially, and we might still continue as we move through the Basho.
Anyone can fail as good as us.
I'm gonna fail right up the charts, but yeah. There you go. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, put that in your mawashi and tie it.
Okay, I will.
I'm shopping some new phrases, some new
you're workshopping, yeah.
Yeah. So let us know in the comments if you like that one.
No.
And if you love it, then I will adopt it. It'll be my new everyday catchphrase.
Yep, JJ's only 2 points behind.
That's right.
This is going to be. I have a feeling this is going to be a very close Fantasy Oyakata. I don't. I'm not sure. I feel confident that I'm going to win. I feel good being up front.
Yeah.
But, I think it's going to be very good, very close competition.
It is, and I just love seeing all the folks here.
May the best Fantasy Oyakata win.
That's right. Oh, this is interesting. Yeah. So yeah, the Sunday morning sumo show. I didn't know you guys had a contest. I should enter over there when in the next Basho.
Get a point when a guy on your team wins, and you lose a point when your guys lose. Oh wow. Yeah, that would be. Yeah, if we stuck the loss columns as negatives, that would be.
That'd be dramatic.
Yeah, that would change. That would change those scores significantly.
Maybe what I'm going to do for the next Basho is I'm going to sign up for every single Fantasy Oyakata, Fantasy Sumo, guess the Rikishi's weight or whatever everybody does.
Maybe you will, but most of them won't hold the entries open for you. Like I do.
How dare you? How dare you expose me in such a way? Yes. Well, my thing is I just want to give everybody a fighting chance.
Hey, JJ, on your version of it, if someone goes Kyujo, do those count as losses or no? Do you lose a point if your guy's Kyujo?
That's a good question. I'm certain to win at least one, JJ.
Yeah.
Or just hold on to my record of winning just one.
You have won once.
Once. Yeah. Well, fantastic. Right. I know you're waiting for. We're on a bit of a delay because Stan has a potty mouth, and we need to have the dump button ready to go. Yeah. So, friends, if you are excited about this, you're angry about it, Stan said something to just really tick you off, come hang out on our Facebook page.
That's right.
They absolutely count as
calling you out.
Yeah, that's right. Bring it. One thing I will say is that the sumo community is they get curt with each other.
Yeah.
Never do they get sort of toxic or there's a couple characters in there, but it's pretty funny to look as you're reading the Reddit, and some people get a little strident, just a touch, but that's about as toxic as it gets.
Like sports fans can.
So if you need to find a place to vent your sumo spleen, head over to Facebook. It's real easy to find. The Sumo Show. I don't know why Facebook is such a collection of turd goblins.
Well, do you want to build a website?
Yeah, kind of. But so it is a fine place for great discussion in our growing, vibrant group.
Yeah.
But yeah, so did you see JJ says they absolutely do count as losses?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like in our game, it's kind of an advantage to have a guy go Kyujo as opposed to have losses, because your missed ones don't count as losses. Now they're not negative, so it doesn't have the same level of impact. But we've seen a couple of times where two people have been tied, and the guy who's got the fewer losses wins the tiebreak. So if your guy has been Kyujo, that helps you win a tiebreak.
Got you. Excuse me, I'm getting all choked up about sumo wrestlers getting hurt.
It really gets to you. It gets under your skin.
It really does. It just hurts my heart. But hey, well, so
my heart.
4, 5, and 6, not bad sumo.
Yeah. It's this tournament. This Basho has had some very good days
and some
weird. Any real stinker days. There's one day 4, I think, has been the worst day. It was a lot of very fast matches and not super interesting, but nothing bad.
No, but not something. There was no innovative throws. There was no. I mean, it just seemed like kind of bland and disappointing in a couple different reasons. For a couple different reasons, yeah. Well, okay.
And you know what we haven't had are any really outrageous monoes or.
Hey JJ, have a great show.
Have a good nap and have a good show tonight, JJ.
Yeah, make sure you head on over to the
and send me the info. Send me the info, JJ, so I can know where I need to go.
Join up. Yeah. Oh, I was curious to see how they did their thing. I'll look at the thread, but break a leg, as they say.
As they say, break a sumo leg.
Break a sumo leg, as they say. Yeah, so we're on for next Tuesday.
We will be on Tuesday, the 18th.
The 18th, and
the 18th.
The 18th, and
same sumo time, same sumo channels.
That's right. We'll be here having fun, and you should be too. Yeah, make sure you stop by the Facebook group. Make sure you're liking and subscribing. We get great views on our videos. I'm really excited about that, and we're kind of catapulting up. And excellent. Okay, great. Good deal. He sent you the goods.
Awesome.
But a lot of people who watch and their return watchers are not subscribed. We only do the Sumo Show on that channel, so you won't be getting a bunch of side business, side quests, and helps us out. So make sure you're liking, make sure you're subscribing, and share it with a friend.
Be like Troy. Bring your mom.
Yes, right. Bring your mom and your aunt and your good friend from high school and another person from someone you work with and a fan of your work. And it's a myriad, a menage.
Everybody has fun.
Yeah, it's a good time. We have a good time.
All right. You feel like pulling out them drums?
I do indeed. Here we go. Ready? Hey.
You have been listening to The Sumo Show, a live podcast about the art and sport of sumo. Your hosts tonight have been Stan Brown and Troy Hewitt. Production by Troy Hewitt. Sumoliering by Stan Brown. And initial charge by Tachi Troy. So until Tuesday evening, we say to you, Ja mata ne!